Hello, beautiful world. My name is Jessica, and it is a glorious day here in Pennsylvania. Uplifted spirits, feeling good. So I thought I would make a video pertaining to frequently asked questions about dreadlocks. So moving on, first and foremost, if you have dreadlocks or had dreadlocks or you want to have dreadlocks, there are so many questions out there that people want to ask you. How long have you had them? How did you do them? Can you wash your hair? Blase, blase, blah. And the questions are never ending. So with good intentions of helping, I thought I would be helpful in answering some of these questions that have been asked to me in the 11 months of my dreadlock journey. Lights, camera, action! We also like to have fun because life is too short to not have any fun. Starting off with, how do you make dreadlocks and which type of method is better to use when making dreadlocks? This, I believe, is a personal opinion. It is personal, I think, because it depends on which type of method out of the couple that are out there that you want to choose from, what your belief is, if you think one way is a little more damaging than the other, or if the one way is cheating slightly, then using a different route. But to answer the question, there are about 3 or 4 different methods. First method is rip and twist, where you come into different sections of your hair and you come to the very, very end, like so, do a little twist, like this, and you rip the whole way up your head. You see the knottage creating? You snug it a little bit, don't rip too crazy because your hairs are fine and you want them to mat up. You do not want them to break apart. You need a nice, strong, healthy dreadlock. When doing the rip and twist method, you only want to twist one time back to the end section and rip again. Put them together, twist once, section them in a different placement than right down the middle parting is better knottage, okay? And do it again. Continue until you've created this matted, crazy mangled mess. That is one of the most famous methods, is called rip and twist. I will show you in a different video how to do one whole entirely. Another famous method to starting your first dreadlock or a dreadlock on your head is called back combing. I chose to, when I did my dreadlocks, I did them myself, I combined the 2 methods. You do that and you're golden, like for real. Because as you're ripping and twisting, the knots aren't like perfection, you know what I mean? But when you incorporate a thin comb, really close together teeth, like so, okay? Back comb it, you get instant knot results, like this. See? Look at all that matted, bunched up. Now, you're not seeing as crazy knottage in this dreadlock with this type of hair because the hairs in front of your facial line are much thinner and fine. When you get into your regular hairs throughout the rest of your head, well, they're all regular, but you know what I'm saying. When you get into the thicker stuff, instant knottage. So you'll see it much better. This is the only hair I have to work with to show you for now. So I'm doing the back combing, okay? And then I can continue to do rip and twist. Okay, and it's getting all bunched up here. Alright, so that's how you can make a dreadlock. Now, to end that nice little, like, chunk of rat's nest, whatever, you're going to palm roll, okay? So you take your palms together, push them really hard, and roll. Okay? Like this. And you start to condense the knot. So, like, look, it kind of just, like, it's condensing. And then I have all these crazy, don't mind those. Another video for root maintenance. That's in the works too, guys. So, you see what I mean? That's the start of a dreadlock. Now, the reason I said that there's 3 to 4 methods is because there are 3 to 4 different combos that you're going to be putting together to do your own. Depending on your hair type, you'll see what works best for you. There's no science to it. Like a fuss. Anyway, so depending on your hair type, you're going to try different things. You don't know till you jump in on it what your hair is going to respond better to. So palm rolling is huge. Back combing is huge, as well as rip and twist. So there's 3 right there that you are using to create that dreadlock. Again, it's a combo deal. Are dreadlocks itchy, and do they ever smell? I'm pretty sure smell is a preference too. Yeah, it is. If your dreadlocks smell, you are doing something severely wrong. If anything, they have no smell or the smell of the shampoos you're using and the essential oils you're using. In another video, I will be doing dread care, dread maintenance, and I will be really digging in deep about shampoo, lathering, how to clean, and essential oils that are best to use. So if you're smelling, like your dreads are smelling, they probably have mold or buildup, you're not doing something right. So that's a preference. And if you're cautious and you know how to take care of your dreadlocks and you know what kind of shampoos you need to be using, so on and so forth, your dreads smell great and are fresh and clean. And I've never had that problem. In next month will be 1 year of having my dreadlocks, and I've never had them smell. Even on a rainy day, I do really good at keeping them dry. Also, I have tea tree oil is essential as a wonderful essential oil, and that is in my hair spray that I create on my own. I'll go over that. It's also in my shampoo. So my hair is protected and it does not smell. Itchy? Sometimes yes, because when your hair is like really knotted up and dreaded, like really awesome dreaded, this feels like wool sometimes. And when it's like up against your neck and when it's hot as hell outside, when you have it in this crazy bun and you're like hiking or you're camping, the whole works, you have so much extra heat on the back of your neck and on your head, so that creates itchy a little bit. But otherwise, there's not like things living in my hair. Some people are like, oh my God, Bob Marley loved the man to death, but when he passed away, they found like all these different species growing in his dreadlocks. He obviously didn't take care of them, so, which really stinks because Bob Marley was the shit, you know. But, yeah, so a little itchy because they're wool material, and in the dead of summer because they're like wool, you know what I mean? And then smelly, you're doing something wrong, dude. You should probably fix that. Next question is, do dreadheads miss their old hair? Do dreadheads miss their old hair? I mean, hell, there's been a time or two in this first year for me that I have thought about taking out my dreadlocks. And I'm so thankful that I did not, because this is such an amazing experience. It is a complete timeline journey. Every month looks different. The more time and energy and beauty you put into it, you see the results. Hairstyles are so much more fun and easy. Like, you can put your hair up without a hair tie at all. I've never been able to do that in the whole 29 years I've been alive. And like, that is pretty epic to me. I also think that it depends on the person, obviously. So if you've had your dreadlocks for like 10 years, yeah, you may miss your old hair. You know what I mean? You don't know what that feels like to brush through everything and whatever have you. But if you're somebody who's also dedicated, I say if you're doing dreads, you need to take them out the first year if you don't want it to be permanent. But I want mine forever. I've always wanted them when I was a kid. I've always thought they were super cool. And now getting in on the experience and like going through this whole process is amazing to me. So, preference, some people probably do miss their hair and then they tend to go back, and that's okay. And then there's some people like me that are like, ha, this is the best hairstyle I've ever had. I can do whatever I want with my hair. It's fun, it's easy. So yeah, it depends on the person. Which hair type is easier? Dreaded or not dreaded? To be or not to be? That is the question. Clearly. I say, again, it goes back to your personal experience and your preference. So, in my opinion, as I just said before, I can do so much more with my hairstyles now. They're super simple and easy. I don't have a bad hair day. So, like, literally, they're just a bunch of knots like a Raggedy Ann doll. I can flip it the way I want. I can poof it up and give it some volume. You know, like, just like that was like a simple little whatever. It's easy. I was never big on straightening and thinning and all that bullcrap sissy stuff that girls fall into a lot. And, you know, not blaming anybody. You want yourself to look good, and sometimes you have that really irritating hair. But with dreadlocks, man, it's like cut and dry and simple, but that's my opinion. So some people may think that their other hair natural type is easier to deal with. My opinion in the question, answer of the question is easier for dreads. Do dreadlocks take more grooming than regular hair? That as well is a preference, because you can take forever and a day on your hair with or without dreadlocks. So if you're decorating, if you're putting beads in, if you're doing root maintenance for the day, that can be time consuming. I break that up over a period of like a week and do, like, at the end of my day when I finally get to sit down and watch a little bit of Netflix or something, I'll work on like 3 to 5 dreads, and I'm actually doing that now, put rubber bands on the ends so I know which ones I did. And big difference, they're tighter, you know what I mean? But once you hit like 6 months on in your dreadlock journey, they tend to do for themselves. But it is time consuming getting the ball and momentum moving. So yes, it can be time consuming grooming dreadlocks. But again, it's up to you and how much grooming you want to do. Some people choose not to groom at all, and some people choose to do the natural neglect method, which is back to your preferences. They're super huge. Every person's scenario is going to be different. Everybody's experience, hairstyle, what they want to do, lazy scale of I'm going to put super amounts of time into it, or I really don't give a crap, I don't want to. It all depends and varies on the person. I had to do a lot of crocheting in the beginning. As you can see, mine look very mature for just hitting 11 months because I have a serving job. So job is really big too on your appearance, and I chose to really upkeep on mine, but I'm thankful for it because now my upkeep is so minimal, it's not even funny, and I like that a lot. How long until your dreadlocks mature? I think everybody's head and hair type is different. It took me, with the extra crocheting in the beginning stages, so that's crucial too. It took me about 6-ish months until my dreadlocks started really maturing. Now, if you're not crocheting and doing as much maintenance, it's going to take longer. Also, I did have some comments from people around like the 3rd and 4th month of being like, Jessica, I didn't even see your hair since whenever. How long did you have your dreads? And I told them, and they're like, holy crap, they look really good. And, you know, I don't know, kind of like taken off guard because I have not done the experience yet before. And I did some research and watching of videos and everything, but I felt like my hair type is different than everybody else's, so I wasn't sure what to expect. So to answer your question, 6 months to 1 year. Also, depending on what type of maintenance you're doing, I have noticed that I had more shrink up and lock up happening towards the 6 to 9 month period, and I'm in the 11 month, so washing. When you're washing, everything's tightening and locking up too, so that also helps maturity level. Officially, your dreadlocks will be mature, not wispy and all that, whenever you hit about the 2 to 3 year mark, and then you also start gaining length at that point. Do you have to shave your head if you don't want dreads? Hell no. Going into this experience, if I knew that I had to shave my hair and go completely bald just to be like, I feel like turning back around now, I would have never done this. My hair is to here, okay? Right before my belly button. And that's the almost year mark for the dreadlocks and the lockage and all that great stuff. Now, when I started out, my hair was caressing the top of my butt cheeks. Like to the point where it was getting stuck in my pants if I pulled my pants up. That's how long my hair was. So you have the shrinkage and the during the experience. But the point is like that took a long time to grow that far down. And if I were to just like give up and shave it and be like, I don't want to do it anymore. No. Huge, super big myth. Now, back to preferences. I know I say that a lot, but everybody's experience is different, and when you jump in your journey, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. But it depends on what you want. If you want to shave it off, if you want to start over, if you want to keep them for the first few years and not do root maintenance, so your roots are going to grow out to about, you know what I mean, depending on how much you take care of your scalp, your essential oils, things like that, your minerals and vitamins on the head and the scalp and hair area. You're going to get some good length in the first few years of dreadlocks, and then you can do whatever you want with it, but you do not have to shave it. And everybody thinks that you do. Not everybody, but a lot of people think that you do, and it's just a terrible rumor that's going around, like being bald if you don't want to do it anymore, and they're wrong. You don't have to. Now, you do have to have a lot of patience. You do have to have tools, like a comb, like this, but not plastic. You're going to want like the metal tooth comb, and you're going to pick out each individual knot. And it's going to take a long time. You may want to go to a salon, or you may want to have a friend helping you, and you're going to want to do it over the course of quite a few days. So be patient, but you can most definitely save your beautiful hair, and it will be very healthy too, surprisingly, that all that time it's been in a dreadlock. So no, you don't have to shave your head. Can you dye or bleach your dreadlocks? Yes. Are they job appropriate? It depends. During the course of the time I've had my dreadlocks, I have touched up and dyed them probably 3-ish times in the 11 months I've had them. So absolutely you can. You can go the whole way down to the scalp. You don't have to. You can just go to the edge here of the dread. That's a little bit safer, and some people like that look. You know what I mean? That two-tone coming through. I know I do, as you can see. I like variety, and you know what I mean? It makes it interesting and colorful. So you can. That was hair box dye from home. Been doing it for years. I was comfortable with it. You just have to be extra cautious about rinsing everything out of the dread. They're giant sponges, you know what I mean? You have to really get all that crud out because you don't want anything additional trapped in. Alright? When it comes to bleach, you can as well, but you have to be extra cautious versus the regular hair dye. Bleach is a whole different subject that should be dove into tenderly, if you can dive tenderly. I also have a video on how to dye the dreadlock roots, and then also how to bleach dreadlocks from black to a lighter color. So these were black, and I'm probably going to do one more rodeo, so I'll show you updated videos of that too. You can, just be safe, okay? And then when it comes to jobs, the jobs depends on what kind of job you have. If you're working with food and back of the house restaurant stuff, put it back real nice and tight in a bun and wear a hairnet. You could do that, no problem. Also, if you're serving front of the house, which I am, and I work in a really high-end restaurant, so I have another video coming up of really nice, crisp, clean hairstyles that you can do when you have dreadlocks. And that is, that's a touchy subject. You need to be careful of your job situation. Some jobs are extremely particular. There's a lot of stereotypes out there for dreadheads that they're dirty, they don't take care of them, they don't wash your hair. And I just educate people. When people ask, they're like, yeah, but Jessica over here, I'm like, yeah, this girl washes her hair once a week. How much do you wash your hair? You know what I mean? So you just have to inform people. Don't be scared to be like, dude, I love my hair and this is how I take care of it, you know? But you do also want to make sure that you're making your hair job appropriate worthy. Can you wash your dreads? Yes, absolutely yes. It is hair regardless. It's just in a different form. Yes, you need to wash your hair. That's disgusting if you're not. And now pertaining to that, I have a future video coming up on dread care, dread maintenance, shampoo, the types of shampoo, conditioning, moisturizing secrets, so on and so forth. Yes, absolutely, you can wash your hair. You just need to do it in a different way. That's it. So you're wanting to make sure that you're not saturating and drenching all of the shampoo residue inside because they're like sponges again, and you don't want to have stuff trapped in there. Now there are treatments you can do once a month or once every 3 months that I will also be uploading that you can get any buildup out that may have been stuck left over in, just to be cautious, and a nice deep cleanse that you can do periodically to help eliminate that issue. But yes, please wash your hair. You don't want to be stinky or itchy. Summertime versus wintertime. I would say wintertime, your dreads are so warm and cozy, and whenever I put up my the hood of my jacket, I've got the fur around the thing, I always pull this all right here, you know, and it I don't even need a scarf, you know what I mean? You just throw up that hood and you're just so warm and cozy. When it comes to summertime, as I said before with the itchy question, you're really hot, and you're just going to do a lot of hairstyles to make yourself comfortable in the summertime versus the wintertime, and that's any hairstyle, so it's really not too much different than if you had really long crazy hair like I did that was getting stuck in my pants all the time because it was way down. You know, that varies with everybody, but it's nice and warm in the summer, it's nice and warm in the winter time, and then it's really warm in the summer. But again, that's any hair. That's a guy who's growing a beard, you know what I mean? Get rid of that crap whenever it's hot out. So just do things to accommodate. Put a bun on top of your head, you know what I mean? Make sure you're staying a little more clean with your hair and your routine, because, you know, summertime with that wool material, you're a little bit sweatier. So you want to make sure to stay nice and clean. Okay, so this is the end of my frequently asked questions video about dreadlocks. So, just to follow up here with you, there were a couple other questions that I get asked a lot, and it is, how long does it take your hair to dry? What type of shampoo, what type of conditioner do you use? How do you moisturize your dreadlocks? What is the appropriate crochet hook method to maintaining, and what do you do to maintain? Those are the biggest questions I get asked, and I'm going to make videos on each of those just to kind of better elaborate, because each one is like a whole different topic in itself, and I don't want to sit here and bore the crap out of you people. You know what I mean? I just want to be helpful. And again, videos are super helpful for me. I'm an extremely visual learning person, so when I'm engaging in that way, I take on a lot more information. So I will be going over those things with you, just not today. I hope that I was helpful. I hope that a lot of your questions were answered, whether you're a dreadhead or not, or wanting to be one. Don't be fearful. Jump in the experience. It is amazing. I've never had one like it before, ever. I wouldn't trade it for the world. So good luck on everything, and I hope that this video is helpful.